What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kel coming to you with another video. And I just got to watch game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. And as a LeBron fan, I'm pretty pissed off. But I'm going to get back to Cleveland in a second, man. But I just want to say again, what an awesome game from Boston again. They come out, they start fast. I mean, this team plays with no fear at home. I mean, they had two bad games on the road. Well, game 4 was they came back and they played well. Game 3 wasn't that good, but I mean, a young team, you're playing hard at home in front of your fans, and they have home court advantage. So I mean, if Cavs win Game 6, Game 7 is in Boston. So I mean, those dudes will be ready to go if they need to. I think they'll be ready to go in Game 6 because they see they have a chance now. They have a chance to eliminate LeBron. They have a chance to eliminate the Cavs. I mean, you want to get this team out of the way. You don't want to give LeBron James any confidence. You know, you don't want this guy to win and come into your house for Game 7. I mean, hell, just ask the 2016 Warriors about that. But again, the Celtics did. They got this win like they've gotten every win since Kyrie Irving went down. They played team basketball. Team basketball always wins. They were obviously led tonight by the young rookie Jason Tatum, 24.7 rebounds, 7 assists. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, I should say. 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 7 from three-point range. Hit 7 out of his 8 free throws. Jaylen Brown added 17 points. Didn't shoot that well, though. He shot, 4 of 15. He only shot 26% from the field, but he made his shots count. He was also 7 of 8 from the line. So, I mean, great free throw shooting. Free throw shooting kind of killed Cleveland as well. I mean, Boston was 91% from the field. From the free throw line. Cleveland was 63% from the field. That was just not good. Al Horford, the veteran center, didn't really get the ball that much in Cleveland. I know that was one of the big points of emphasis that the media was looking at, feeding Al Horford more. You know, Cleveland, Tyler Lue made an adjustment, put Tristan Thompson on Al Horford in games 3 and 4. I seen a little bit of that tonight. I really wasn't paying too much attention, but Al Horford had a pretty decent game, though. 15 points, 12 rebounds. Both Marcus Morris and Marcus Smart, they had 13 off the bench. 26 points coming from those two guys off the bench in a game where Terry Rozier struggled. Rozier only had 8 points off 3 of 15 shooting. He had 6 rebounds and 6 assists. But Terry Rozier, he's been the guy. He's been the guy that's been the driving force of this team ever since Kyrie Irving went down, and he even had a bad game, and they still win by 13. I mean, that should tell you something, man. It's crazy. But back to the Cavaliers, though. You know, again, coming out lethargic in the first quarter, let the Celtics build up a big lead. I mean, you know, they fall back. They kept fighting. They try to fight back. They fall back. You know, just wasn't. They never really seemed. To me, it seemed like they never really seemed to get that close back in the game. I always felt like, you know, the closer they get, you know, the more they were liable to give it up eventually. Because again, the energy, the effort just wasn't there again in Boston. I mean, it was a lot of careless passing in this game. The Celtics had 10 steals as a team. Cleveland turned it over 16 times. LeBron turned it over 6 times by himself. I mean, LeBron has been horrific passing the ball in this series. I mean, he passed the ball way too much. Again, he passed the ball way too much for a guy that has so much on his shoulders. He passes the ball way too much. Again, he tries to get his teammates involved, but I mean, you got to get yours, man. You got to get yours. I mean, some of these turnovers were, you know, There's only one guy guarding him. I mean, I guess he feels like the double team is going to come eventually, so he tries to get the ball out as quick as possible before the double team comes. But sometimes they don't even double team. They kind of Boston. I mean, I don't know if it's Brad Stevens' brilliance or the anticipation from the Celtics players, and probably a little bit of both. But I think the Celtics might I think the Celtics do a great job in almost baiting LeBron to throw those passes because they fake the double team, and then they do a great job of getting back in front of those defenders and getting those steals and getting those hustle steals and all that stuff. I mean, which really makes LeBron's passing probably his best asset. They take his best asset away, which is getting his other teammates involved. I mean, if you look at his numbers, he still had a decent game to his standards. It's really a really good game for somebody else, but for LeBron James, it's decent. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He only hit 1 3 on the night. He was 1 of 6 from 3. I mean, but again, those 6 turnovers is the real. It's the thing that always pops up. When I'm looking at this stat sheet. Again, he had turnover problems in games 3 and 4. He had 7 turnovers in game 4, and they still somehow won the game. But again, that's when you have your role players and your other star, helping you out. Tonight, that just wasn't the case. Kevin Love scored 14 points, grabbed 7 rebounds tonight. The thing about that is he had 10 points in the first half. He finished 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. I mean, again, his game has suffered. His game has suffered due to being a third wheel behind LeBron and Kyrie, and of course and I believe Kevin Love has had growing pains getting back to that getting back to being a premier offensive weapon in an offense. Tristan Thompson, only 1 point, only 6 rebounds. J.R. Smith, only 2 points. George Hill, only 7 points. I mean, those were 3 key guys that really helped Cleveland in games 3 and 4. Again, all role players who play better at home. Kyle Korver, remember we were talking about him in the Indiana series because I think he was like the second leading scorer behind LeBron in the Indiana series. I believe he had a good Toronto series. Games 3 and 4, he was really good for Cleveland. Tonight he only had 7 points. I mean, yeah, his supporting cast has to step up, but me being a LeBron James fan, I try to be fair and I try to be objective, and a lot of their struggles are on LeBron. A lot of their struggles are on LeBron because, again, he needs to be more aggressive. I believe if LeBron is more aggressive, then more opportunities will open up for Kevin Love. More opportunities will open up for Kyle Korver, for J.R. Smith, for Tristan Thompson, for George Hill. On the road, at least. I mean, as far as my pick, Celtics in 7, this is going right as I planned it. I felt before the series that both teams would win their home games. I just felt that LeBron James would eventually run out of gas, and his supporting cast would not be able to help him over the hump. I mean, it seems like that's where we're going right now. That's where we're going. I believe Cleveland will win Game 6. Again, they have another couple or a few days off for rest. I forget when Game 6 is. I think it's Saturday night. Might be Sunday night. It really doesn't matter. They'll have a couple more days for rest, and so I think LeBron back against the wall. He's gonna come out strong, and he's gonna come out aggressive, and then those role players again, Hill, Jr., Kyle Korver, Jordan Clarkson. I think those guys will play well again because they're at home in front of their home fans. I mean, we'll see how Boston answers on the road. I mean, they've only won one playoff game, and that was that game 4. No, I'm sorry, that game 3 that Philadelphia just gave to them because their lack of experience and their lack of their lack of experience and their horrible execution. We'll see how they come out. Can they find a way to get rid of their road woes and win a big time game and eliminate LeBron in what may be his last game in Cleveland wearing a Cleveland uniform? But yeah, I had Celtics in 7 before the series because, again, I didn't, I felt LeBron would do his thing, but I didn't know if the supporting cast would help him out. But LeBron's not even doing his thing right now. I'm watching ESPN highlight from bad pass by Kevin Love. Tatum gets a steal. LeBron James is right there to make a play defensively, but he just watches as Jason Tatum goes up for a layup. It's the playoffs, man. It's the playoffs. LeBron, you got to make a play on that. Now, I ain't saying it's got to be the Game 7 block in the 2016 finals, but you got to at least contest a shot. He looked at him. He basically just watched them lay the ball up. I mean, hell, LeBron, you could had your phone out there, took a picture, it would have lasted longer. I mean, but again, I expect LeBron to bring out all the stops in Game 6. Again, he's at home. His Game 6, they're down in the series. It's elimination game. Again, it might be his last game in Cleveland, so I mean, I'm pretty sure he would want to put on a good show. Even if he goes out, even if he leaves Cleveland, which I'm pretty sure he probably will, even though I don't think he should. But yeah, I feel the role players will play better at home for the Cavs. Again, I expect them to win Game 6, but Game 7. I just think it'll be too much for him this time. I just think this time it'll be too much for LeBron to bear, especially if it doesn't if he and the role players play like they've been playing in Boston these first 3 games. But that's all for this video, man. Let me know what you thought about Game 5. Let me know what you think about this series. Let me know what you think about LeBron James' future if he loses this game, or if he somehow becomes himself again when his back is against the wall and makes the NBA Finals. Let me know what you think about that. But thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next video.